So let's dive in to our topic for today. That feeling of not being able to make a decision or trusting the decision you make or hesitating and staying stuck in indecision because why? Let's open this up. I really want to help you guys to become clearer thinkers and more empowered decision makers in your lives. And I know that anxiety and overwhelm are both precipitators and also the consequence of not being clear on how to make decisions for yourself, for your kids, for your marriage, for your family, for your home, all of that. Often when I speak to women who are in overwhelm or who are really anxious or have been for a while now, there's a common theme of um, I I struggle to like make decisions on the home front or for my kids, or I struggle to make decisions within myself or for my marriage. And also, the clutter drives me crazy, and the house is not in order, and like all of those things are not how I want them to be. Like, if it shows up in one area, it generally shows up in other areas. So, let's just talk for a moment and break down. Yeah, I hear you. Emily, you had to cancel a trip to Idaho because of smoke, and I'm in that smoke right now. I can tell you it's not nice. Um, so when you are struggling with making decisions, you're also usually struggling with thinking clearly, with being connected to like your intuition, your way living up here, connected, like just overthinking, over analyzing, really living from like the neck up is how I usually describe it. Your thoughts are probably foggy; they're not clear. That's overwhelm. You probably also really struggle with self doubt or second guessing. So you might get stuck and spiraling in like this pattern for way longer than you meant to be in it because you can't decide what's the best way to get out of it. And so, what are the things that you might be afraid of when you are not making a decision, or when you're delaying making a decision? I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. So, right, stuck in research mode. Great one, Maria. Stuck in research mode. That's so big for so many of you here, I know. Overthinking, researching, just researching everything ad nauseum, but never seeing the actual change, never seeing the actual results. So, within that, there's a pattern of avoidance. If I just keep researching, like maybe I'll just discover the holy grail and everything will kind of, the seas will part and everything will be okay. And the reality is that you're just practicing that pattern of seeking, looking, questioning, measuring, second guessing, right? All those things. So, um I'm so glad you all are here and coming on and joining. And yay! And I know there's so many of you that I probably can't see right now, or who are going to watch back. If you're watching from the Consciously Created Motherhood group, welcome and thanks for joining, and welcome to the group. I'm so glad you're here to take advantage of these talks. And I also would like to ask that you open up your heart to bring others into the group to, if you ask yourself, like, who do I know that needs help right now that's a mom, you're going to hear the answer that comes back: everybody. So bring everyone you know into this group. Like, they can not accept the invite if they aren't into it. It's up to them if they want to access it or not, but I know that so many people are looking for help right now and don't know where to look. So bring them in, you guys. Tag them, invite them to the group, and let's grow this group and let's grow the community. So, um, the being afraid of here's some of the biggest reasons why we hesitate to make decisions like a boss. One, we're afraid that we're going to upset somebody. We're afraid that somebody's not going to like our decision or our choice, or maybe it might rock the boat for somebody else. So raise your hand if that one ever gets you. If there's this hesitation, because if you really stop to look at, like, why am I not making that decision? There's this feeling of being trapped inside. You know what I'm talking about. It's anxiety, it's hesitation, it's stuckness, it's self-doubt, it's I just can't. But why? Go deeper. Ask yourself this question of why am I getting stuck in? What am I getting stuck in? Okay, so one is I'm afraid somebody's not going to like my decision, right? Okay, what's the next one? And there's we could go deeper. You guys who work with me, you know, there's more in this. But yep, Rochelle, you're on to the next one. There's a fear that I'm going to do it wrong. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to fail. I'm going to be publicly humiliated if that was your family of origin story, or someone's going to be mad at me if that was your family of origin story. These are family of origin wounds that we are carrying inside of our bodies, inside of our emotional and energetic um, spheres that we exist in, and we think they're the only reality. We think this is all there is. It's not all there is, but like we live like this is our only truth, our only option, when our patterning tells us this is all there is. So we're afraid of backlash. If you had a parent who had a bad temper, this is probably one of your things. I'm afraid of backlash, of being judged, of being criticized for the choices I make, for the decisions I make. I'm scared, right? Um, I'm afraid of. This is a big one. I hear this one a lot. This is a really big one for ambitious women. I don't want to make more work for myself. If I make the wrong choice, what if I create more work for myself? I'm already so overwhelmed, pinched, strapped, stretched beyond my limits that if I screw this up, I'm going to be the one who pays the price, right? I'll have to clean up the mess because nobody else is going to, right? So you live in that place of martyrdom and self sacrifice. Again, a choice. And then it feels like if you screw up, it's on you. And then you're just going to pile up the work on yourself. Okay. Any of that resonating for you guys? I get it. I know what it's like. And, uh, and so, like, do you have to live like that? Do you have to live like that? Like, let's just take a step back and be like, okay, so I feel anxious. I feel overwhelmed. I don't know how to make decisions like a boss, and it's costing me time, money, energy, quality, connection with my kids who are growing every day and who are going to hit those years where they don't want to be with me. Like, that's what it's costing us to be in wishy washy energy or to accept that level of self doubt and indecisiveness. It's costing us the level of health that we could achieve. It's costing us the level of income we could be making. It's costing us that clean life that we want to be living. Because while we can't decide, we just are eating chocolate and chips. Or while we're so stressed that we have to, like, you know, bury it, we're just going to drink a bottle of wine. Because it's hard to tolerate the angst. It's not pleasant. It's so uncomfortable. It's so scary to worry we're going to, like, cause someone else pain or we're going to do damage to someone else that we just want to drink it down. We just want to eat it. We just want to shove it down. Right? So we avoid. We avoid. It's easier to not look at it. And the reality, you guys, is it never goes away. It doesn't go anywhere. You can move, you could change jobs, you could get divorced, you could marry a new person that you think is nothing like your other spouse. But the cosmic joke is that it follows us because it is us. It is in us. So if there's a place in us that doesn't know how to make decisions, why? Well, because we're scared of things. Why? Well, because there's a good reason. Because it's a good reason. It's not because you're messed up. I know people get upset with me sometimes. It feels invalidating when I say you're not broken. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say I honor if wherever you are, I honor you in that place. If you feel broken, then that is a real feeling that you're having. That is a real experience. If you feel that you're disconnected from your sense of self, that you're lost, that is a real thing for you. You are lost. You feel like your life's out of control. It probably is. Your life is out of control. Be real with yourself about where you are. Be real with yourself. So the cost of not fixing the problem that causes indecision, so the anxiety, the overwhelm, the cost of not fixing that, you guys, really, when you can see this clearly, you'll do yourself the biggest favor. The cost of not resolving that problem is you're going to stay on the same path. You're going to get the same results. You're going to continue to struggle in the same ways that you're struggling currently in your marriage, having the same fight over and over again. Social anxiety, afraid to hang out with friends. You're going to struggle in feeling like you're damaging your kids because you're yelling at them. So, all these things are part of the same constellation of overwhelm, of anxiety, sometimes depression. And when you're living in that space, afraid to decide, afraid to make a choice about doing it differently, then you are choosing to stay where you are, because either way, we are making a choice. Either way, we're making a choice. No judgment, no right or wrong, no good or bad. We're just making our life what we're making it, right? We're choosing what we're okay with and what we're not okay with. And at some point, you're going to see, excuse me, when you're brave enough to ask yourself this question, like, what's what is keeping me from getting the the help I need, or what is keeping me from seeing the problem for what it is, or what is keeping me from recognizing that I don't have to keep choosing this problem in this way, and that it's in my power to change that. When you see that, then what happens next is the way shows up. The solution, the person who can help you, the pathway that you need to walk, the next step, and it's only one step at a time. Only need to take one step at a time. Don't beat yourself up for not knowing 10 steps down the line what you're going to need or where you're going to be. You can't know that now. This is the spiritual path. It's one step at a time. It's what's the next thing I need to do. Okay? And so, what's in the way for you from stepping into that, excuse me, higher identity, that clarity, that version of you that says, I don't want to be stuck anymore. My life is so rich and beautiful, and I'm not enjoying it, and that sucks. And that's not what I'm here for. So I'm ready to change that now. Only you can tap into that kind of resilience inside of you and that strength. And when you do, your brain will give you that aha moment. Your intuition will speak to you. It will move in you to say you're ready for more light. You're ready for more joy. You're ready for more connection and love. And that's what being a mom is about. It's also about, dirty socks and whatever on the floor, and dirty underwear everywhere, and having to set your boundaries, and having to but you can't deal with that if you're anxious and overwhelmed. You can't deal with stepping in to your power if you are scared of your own power, if you're afraid of upsetting people. So these are the wounds that we have to heal. And this is the work I'm doing with my clients in Awakened Motherhood. These are the wounds we have to heal, the traumas we need to heal in order to stand in that authority, that power, that natural role of being a loving mom boss, which is right here for you. Is right here for you. And it's amazing and beautiful to see. And I get to see it, and I get love notes all the time from my clients who when it clicks, it clicks. And you understand that in the role of mom, you get to expand into enjoyment, expand into fun, expand into freedom, rather than what most people are doing, which is contracting out of fear of upsetting people, or there's so much work, and it's all on me. And these are all mindset issues, you guys. We change the brain, we change the life. We change the brain, we change the environment, the landscape, we change the marriage. It's up here and it's in your heart. And so when you learn to connect those two, then it's game on, and you get to really enjoy your life. For some of you, that next step might be, oh my God, teach me how to do what your clients are doing. And so that's just one, watch the webinar. If you have not watched the webinar yet, 5 steps to eliminate overwhelm and anxiety in motherhood. That webinar is going to give you so much information. Start there. There's a link in the About section of this group, Consciously Created Motherhood. Check that out and learn what you can from there, and just put it into practice right away. If you've already seen the webinar and you're hanging out here listening to talks and you're like, Could it really work for me? The only way to know is for us to have a conversation. And here's what we're going to do on the phone. One, we're going to go into where you stuck, all right? What is not working the way you need it to on your in your life, relationships, in your world. We're going to look at that. Then we're going to talk about, what do you want instead? What is that? What's your dream? What does it look like for you to be a calm, grounded mom? What does that give you? What does it give your kids? Let's look at that and expand that. Once we get there, I will tell you, and I will be very honest with you, and I will not blow smoke at you. If I can help you, I will show you what that looks like, how we do it, and how we get you to that end result you're wanting, how we resolve the problem. And if I can't, meaning we're not going to be a fit to work together, or I'm not the best person to help you, I'll be very honest with you about that. I will give you other help. I will send you to someone who can help you, or I'll give you some action steps that you can put into practice right now to start seeing change in your life. Either way, you're going to get help and loved on. But you got to be at that point where you're so sick of just doing it the way you've been doing it, and you're ready to own your part of the problem, your side of the street, because that's the only way we can really change things. In order to equalize the marriage, in order to get your kids to cooperate, in order to have the clear, organized home environment that you want, it starts with us. It starts with us. Changing the way we see it, the way we think about it, the way we show up, and the way we feel about it. And when we do that, then we can start calling new shots, making clear decisions, and having the kind of home environment where fun and laughter and connection and joy and trust just happen. Okay? So if you want to reach out to me, book a call. It's www.honorjanetsky.com/call. Comment here. One thing I want you to do is I'm going to give you a couple action steps. One, I want you to bring all of your friends to this group who are moms. They're all needing help, whether they've admitted it or not. They can then opt in or opt out. Just invite them. Go up to the group settings, invite, and bring them in. Number two, tag your friends who are in this group in this talk. If you think it would be helpful for them, please share that. And three, I want you to write in the comments now. Let's get some participation going. What is it costing you to not stand in your power as a decision maker? We all know. It's hard to think about it. We don't spend time thinking about it, but the more you see that, the more empowered you will be to decide to take new action. Okay? Take new action. That piece has to happen if you want your life to change, right? It doesn't happen by wishing. It doesn't happen by prayer alone. We got to take the action. That's on us. Let me see your comments. Much love to all of you. I'll circle back and see if I can answer some questions. And check out the call booking link above. I'll talk to you guys soon.